It's October 13th, 2020, and this is Sketchworks NewsBrake. The news stops here. I'm Brian Troxel, reminding you to hit the like, subscribe, and share buttons, and the button leaving us an 18% tip. To get you in the mood, here's what's coming up later in NewsBrake.
Is being a decent person just too difficult? I'm NewsBrake correspondent Allie O'Neill, and this week I'll tell you all about the astrological event coming up that is guaranteed to help you get away with being an asshole.
Yes, we're advertising our own show during the show itself. I don't think we have this figured out yet. Yesterday was Columbus Day, a day which used to commemorate the arrival of Italian explorer Christopher Columbus to the Americas. These days, Columbus Day is used as an excuse by people on social media to post comments which pass judgment on those they've never met and events they only have a rudimentary understanding of. So, pretty much like every other day on social media. Two Stanford economists are this year's Nobel Prize winners for economics. The two studied new methods to improve auctions so they run more efficiently. However, they still can't get the auctioneer to stop talking so fast. If you've been wondering whom an overrated Swedish teen would vote for if she was, in fact, of legal age to vote and was, in fact, American, wonder no longer. 17-year-old life of the party Greta Thunberg has endorsed Joe Biden for president, which is like saying if my cat Winston could vote, he'd vote Biden. Biden said he can't wait for coronavirus to be over so he can give Greta a nice long Joe hug. Creepy and uncomfortably close. It's not a Joe hug until the gal feels violated. And speaking of meaningless endorsements, the Taliban announced they are backing President Trump, and intelligence suggests China wants Biden to win. So if Trump is reelected, the terrorists win. But if Biden is elected, we get more pandemics and ethnic cleansing? I honestly have no clue what is happening this year. 102-year-old Chicago native Bee Lumpkin did her civic duty last week and voted by mail. Was the spacesuit really necessary? I mean, I know COVID is still a threat, but did she really need to dress like Mr. Freeze? When reporters shouted, "Who'd you vote for, Ms. Lumpkin?" she proudly answered Harry Truman. Cats, the animals known for being adorable one minute and being assholes the next, have a secret language that is indecipherable to humans. Until now. Sketchworks NewsBrake correspondent Tim Millard explains the breakthrough.
A study in the journal Scientific Reports finds you can communicate with a cat through what's known as a slow blink, kind of like this. According to researchers, it is a sign of trust with your cat. So to prove it, I have my cat here. Let's see if it works.
Two hours later. Later.
Apparently science has yet to study my cat. For Sketchworks NewsBrake, I'm Tim Millard.
Thank you, Tim. I'm going to try that with my cats. The Catholic Archbishop of New Orleans is enraged after learning a priest and two dominatrices were caught having a threesome on a church altar. The archbishop even had the altar burned because of what he calls a demonic act. He promises the new altar will be able to handle larger sex parties. A study conducted by the Department of Food Science at the University of Copenhagen predicts a future where humans rely less on beef and chicken for their diet and more on seaweed, algae, and small fish like sprat and sandlance. This diet is not only planet-friendly, but will help people live a longer life. A longer life filled with eating seaweed and tiny fish. The house used for serial killer Buffalo Bill's home in the 1991 film Silence of the Lambs is for sale. Wouldn't you want to live there? The house sits on 1.76 acres, has a detached 3-car garage, a train caboose, and a 10-foot deep well in the basement for your kidnap victims. You have to supply your own lotion. Asking price is $298,500 and a pound of flesh for a human skin suit. Serious inquiries only. Deadly serious. Archaeologists working in Siberia discovered a 16th century burial site containing the remains of a 7-year-old boy with a copper cauldron on his head. Scientists concluded the 16th century Siberian boy died on Halloween dressed as Darth Vader. Today, Mercury goes into retrograde. I don't know what the hell that means, but from a cursory look at Facebook, it's probably bad.
That's right, Brian. These next 3 weeks are going to be absolutely amazing for people who don't believe in science. Astrologers claim that Mercury going into retrograde can have negative effects on your mood.
So Mercury retrograde starts October 13th, so we should all expect for things to be a little bit more slow. We're going to have to sort of reel it in a little bit because it's going to be we're going to have more miscommunications, it's going to be a little messy, but that's okay because that's just part of the organic process.
I can't wait to show you how I use this Universal Hall Pass next week. I would have done more stuff for this week, but I'm feeling exceptionally lazy all of a sudden, and I'm really not sure why.
Thank you, Allie, for phoning in yet another one. Facebook is banning posts denying the Holocaust, and it only took 16 years to do it. Way to catch up with the rest of civilization, Facebook. Warning, wayward woods walkers. Pus caterpillars' poisonous pricks painful, plus problematic. Spotted sporadically, southeasterly. Don't dare disturb. Venom very vexing. Harmful, hurtful, horrible, heinous. Immediately ignore injurious insect. Trust Troxel. A teenage computer whiz is one step closer to possible sainthood in the Catholic Church. The Vatican beatified the late Carlo Acutis because of a miracle attributed to him before he died. He got someone's parents to stop opening unknown emails that infect your computer with about 10 different viruses. That man's a saint. A British sheep farmer will spend the next 14 years in prison for trying to blackmail a British supermarket chain with metal-laced baby food. Now, we're happy to say no babies were hurt, which means nothing will stop them from developing the bad teeth we've come to know and love from the Brits. A group of international scientists have returned to land after a year-long expedition to the Arctic. They returned with a lot of data to help climate research and the plot line for the long-awaited sequel to The Thing. Sunday night, the Los Angeles Lakers won their 17th NBA championship. A record night in many ways. First, the Lakers have now tied the Boston Celtics for the most NBA championships. And second, it was the least attended NBA championship game ever. A woman in Freiburg, Germany called police to help her with her crab. Now, what she should have done is called a physician. There's a special shampoo they prescribe to be applied down there. There's nothing to be ashamed of. I myself have had multiple cases of... Oh, it's an actual crab. Well, a pot of boiling water should take care of that. And that's all for Sketchworks NewsBrake. We'll be back next week, and we hope you are too. I'm Brian Troxel. Say hi to your mom for me. But don't tell her about the crabs.